You're listening to Eat, Drink, Explore Media's Market Fresh, live every Thursday evening right here on Crush 92.5 FM. Now, broadcasting live from the heart of downtown San Luis Obispo, here's your host, Randall White.
And a very good Thursday evening to you as we kick off yet another live edition of Market Fresh, heard each week from 5 until 6 o'clock here on Crush 92.5 FM. Great to have you joining us. If this is your first time, if you're a return visitor, we certainly are happy you're here again. It is the 25th day of April 2013. Pretty nice day here on the Central Coast. A little bit breezy, just pleasant, like we have most of the year. We'll have a check of the Market Fresh forecast coming up a little bit later this hour. I am your host, Randall White, sharing my passion for local and sustainable foods each week. You know, you can also watch a video simulcast of the show online. It is live on the Market Fresh page at eatdrinkexplore.com or by using our free smartphone or tablet apps. Those are free as well. Just head over to the Apple App Store or Android's, what's that called? Google Play. You can find it there as well. Lots of activity already happening on Higuera Street, just beneath us here between Morro and Osos. Right now we have a camera fixed on the Slow Brew tent as they get their barbecue all set up and ready to go. But there's lots more up and down this little stretch here. They haven't closed down the street yet. That's a little bit later on. Just ahead in our Fresh News segment, we're speaking live with the head of the Pismo Beach Chamber of Commerce about this weekend's big Taste of Pismo event. That's always a lot of fun. Also ahead on our show this week, we're joined by the Center for Science and the Public Interest to find out which cuts of meat are most likely to send you to the hospital. Which ones are most likely basically to give you food poisoning, which I had earlier this week. Thank you, by the way, for the emails and kind notes on Facebook, for those of you that knew I ended up in a hospital bed on Sunday evening. And we'll also catch up with a couple of local women who have found an answer for all those grocery bags you have scattered about the backseat of your car or in the garage or your kitchen. If you're like our household, they're everywhere. These women have come up with a tool, and I believe we're giving away a couple of them as well, so you'll want to stick around for that. Also, our Thursday evening Market Fresh program comes to you from the heart of downtown SLO. We are on Higuera Street, so we can watch and listen as the city's famous farmers market comes to life. Our goal here is really pretty simple: to get you in touch with the wild world of fresh food options here on California's Central Coast, with an emphasis, as always, on the offerings available at any one of your local farmers markets. We invite you to join us on Sunday mornings also from 8 until 10 here on the Crush 92.5 for our weekly Eat, Drink, Explore signature broadcast. My good friend and colleague Patty Pyburn co-hosts the show with me, and we focus on current trends in food, beverages, travel, and tourism. It's our goal every Sunday to give you the tools you need to enjoy California's treasures in a healthy, sustainable, and community-focused manner. This hour of Eat, Drink, Explore Radio is brought to you by Eberly Winery in Paso Robles, open daily from 10 in the morning until 6 o'clock in the evening with complimentary wine tasting and cave tours, voted by Wine Spectator as one of the best tours on the entire Central Coast. Eberly Winery is located on 46 East in Paso Robles. You can log on to eberlywinery.com for more information. All right, let's get a quick check of the forecast. We'll get a little more in depth right before the market opens at 6 o'clock. But this is how it looks right now. At 6 o'clock, we're looking for about 65 degrees. At 9 o'clock tonight, 55, so bring a wrap. Skies are mostly clear. Winds 6 to about 11 miles per hour. And coastal fog, we're fine right now, but it will be developing and moving in, most of it after the market is complete. All right, the Fresh News Report, great guests, and another fun night at the downtown San Luis Obispo Farmers Market, all straight ahead on this edition of Market Fresh. I'm your host, Randall White. Keep it right here.
It's Market Fresh on Crush 92.5 FM.
California business owners, entrepreneurs, farmers, authors, and other professionals, this message is for you. We're looking to highlight those of you who give back to the community, care about the environment, and have the health of our state as part of your business model or focus. Our new California Love website is in the beta testing phase. So, during the next few months, we're offering free listings to qualified people or business entities. It's a win-win situation. You help populate our site with quality, locally owned California companies, and we help direct customers to your business or product. Simply head over to CALUV.com. That's CA as in California, LUV as in a cute way to spell love.com, and enter the information for your business today. Why wouldn't you? It's easy and it's free. CALUV.com, the California Love Business Recommendation Tool. It's time now to tap into the Market Fresh grapevine for the latest news affecting the fresh food and beverages you love. An update on a story we brought you last week at the same time regarding the surprise Chinese ban on California citrus, oranges in particular, due to a condition known as brown rot. There was some question as to what would become of the fruit already in transit to China at the time of last week's announcement. There are a lot of ships out there on the Pacific headed toward China with big bins full of California citrus. Would they have to come back or just rot? Well, today, industry website The Packer is reporting the Chinese government will indeed allow those ships to deliver the fruit, opening the door a bit for a lifting of the ban, we can hope. State ag officials believe the infected citrus was just a small fraction of the California crop. We'll keep an eye on that story for you as the weeks progress. And as we take a look at this week's California crop report, looks like late-season navel oranges and lemons, speaking of citrus, are still being harvested, including here on the Central Coast, and the Valencia crop is picking up speed. Those are the juice oranges. Also, the Hass avocado and strawberry harvests are still underway. In fact, it is high season right now for strawberries. Did you guys know this? Let's see, the Santa Maria Strawberry Festival starts tomorrow and runs through Sunday. That's always held at the Fair Park. It's fun. I've been to it many times when I was working for KCOY. The California Strawberry Festival, the main one down in Oxnard, isn't until next month, the weekend of the 18th and the 19th. And then finally, the Arroyo Grande Strawberry Festival is May the 25th. That's a fun, small hometown festival. Apricot, cherry, nectarine, peach, and plum fruit, we're told, continuing to grow nicely. Early planted Italian squash. That's the same thing as zucchini, right? Italian squash and zucchini, just two names for the same thing. That is being harvested in Tulare County. And San Joaquin County farmers say the asparagus harvest is still underway. But, you know, there were some really high winds there in that portion of the Delta that did some damage to crops in certain locations. Pear trees are blooming up in Lake County. You know, we always like to highlight CSA programs here on Market Fresh. So an article in the San Luis Obispo Tribune caught our eye yesterday regarding the CSA operation run by Tally Farms to read an interesting story on the family's ag history here on the Central Coast and their venture into these fresh harvest produce boxes. You can head to today's program summary and follow the link to the SLO Tribune's article. It's a good read. This weekend is the annual Taste of Pismo event at Dinosaur Caves Park, an opportunity for you to sink your teeth into a wide variety of local and seasonal dishes served up by some of the Central Coast's best restaurants and chefs. Joining us on the... Nope, he's not there yet? Oh, okay. Well, soon, very, very soon, we'll be speaking with Peter Candela. He is with the Pismo Beach Chamber of Commerce to find out more about the Pismo Beach event. The big day is held on, or the big event is held on Saturday, but on Friday there's an event connected to the Pismo Beach. Is he there?
Every time I click him on, I lose him.
Oh, huh. We're having a hard time connecting with him for some reason, but stay tuned. We'll get him on there. So as I was saying, there's a Friday night event that really ties in nicely with our whole Market Fresh report here. It's it's sort of introducing you to the farmers of the area and the food that they provide for all the fantastic restaurants we have in the area. So back to the California crop report. There was, let's see, San Joaquin County. There was something that I wanted to talk about in there, and now I don't see it. Oh, well. Is he calling back in now? All right, he's calling in right now. We're going to pop him on air. And,
The minute I put him on air, he's gone.
huh. Well, this is too bad. For some reason, we're just having a really difficult time connecting with Peter Candela, Pismo Beach Chamber of Commerce. So it's 3 days. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The big event there at Dinosaur Caves. You know where that is. Some people would call that Shell Beach. But Shell Beach is technically part of Pismo Beach. And they got the big tent in case the weather is just, not appropriate. And maybe try putting them on hold first. And then on air. Just give me a thumbs up if we've connected with Peter. All right, Peter, are you there?
I am here.
Oh, terrific. I don't know why we just kept booting you off the system. It was our fault. But
no problem at all. It's good to hear your voice.
Yeah, Peter, so a very exciting 3 days in front of you there in Pismo, which is your town for sure, being the head of the Chamber of Commerce. So the big taste is on Saturday, but we're really curious about tomorrow night's Farm Fest on the Coast. Can you give us a sense of what that event's all about?
Sure. Yeah, that's the SLO Wine Country Association, and it's pairing of our local food with wine, and they do that farm flair. There's going to have some some farmers from the farmer markets around the area.
Oh, good.
So it really does fit into exactly what you're doing, and it's going to be a fun event. The tent was put up today. So it's that 8,000 square foot tent. It's really big. Kind of hard to miss as you're going down Highway 101.
Right. We have a photo of it that you shared with me earlier today that we've put on our video simulcast. If people want to see what you're talking about, it's at eatdrinkexplore.com under today's radio show, Market Fresh. And so how many people can fit inside that tent?
Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to test it out on Saturday because we sold out every ticket this morning.
Excellent. It was a sellout as of this morning?
As of this morning, we sold 500 tickets. There's 100 people in there, so that's 600 people in that tent, and should be a lot of fun to see.
And it's not just restaurants. Local breweries and wineries are featured, too, as well.
That's right. We have 25 breweries and wineries. There's actually 4 breweries attending, and the rest wineries. We have 25 restaurants, local restaurants. Lido is one, and Marisol is another. We have Sea Venture. Some of the best food and wine anywhere under one tent top.
Yeah,
it's going to be incredible because this is I call this an opportunity and experience. It's an opportunity to taste the wines that you probably haven't tasted before, and taste some of the food that you haven't tasted before, and the experience is enjoying all of it and seeing the people that are going to be there, and there's all kinds of walks of life there. So it's going to be an incredible event. And
Sunday is an event for the kids, right?
Yeah, it's for the Cub Scouts, the Scouts Association. There's the Lions International putting it on. We'll have a pancake breakfast and follow that up with a barbecue. So they're doing a really good thing for a good reason.
Peter, looks like weather-wise you're sitting really pretty right now. Let's hope that the forecast stays for you.
Well, let's cross our fingers, but we are the Chamber of Commerce, right?
That's right. Anytime I ever see a really beautiful day out there, I always say, now this is a Chamber of Commerce day. So
that's exactly right.
I hope you have 3 days of those coming up tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Pismo Beach, just such a gem here on the Central Coast. Peter Candela with the Pismo Beach Chamber of Commerce, thanks so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you, and hope to see some of you folks out there.
Alrighty, and stick around, everyone, because just after the break, we will be speaking with the Center for Science and the Public Interest about which cuts of meat are the most dangerous when it comes to food poisoning. You're going to want to hear this new report just out. You're listening to Market Fresh. We're back in just a moment.
It's Market Fresh on Crush 92.5 FM.
Randall White here, host of Eat, Drink, Explore Radio, with a tip for Central Coast wine tasting. Eberly Winery was recently voted Winery of the Year by the world's top sommeliers and has one of the best local tours according to Wine Spectator. Eberly Winery open daily 10 to 6, and the winery's cave tours and wine tasting always complimentary. It's easy to find, too. Located on Highway 46 East, just 3.5 miles from Highway 101. Now it's time to plan your visit. Just head to eberlywinery.com.
Seems everybody's going organic, including lawn care. Did you know communities across the country are converting their lawns, playgrounds, and playing fields to an organic care program? And it's working. You can safely control weeds and pests and have a beautiful lawn. Your kids, pets, and water supplies will be safer, and your neighbors will be green with envy. Oh, and in the long run, organic lawn care is cheaper than doing it the conventional way. Switch to organic lawn care today. Visit pesticidefreelawns.org. The folks who brought you this public service message. Check out pesticidefreelawns.org today.
California business owners, entrepreneurs, farmers, authors, and other professionals, this message is for you. We're looking to highlight those of you who give back to the community, care about the environment, and have the health of our state as part of your business model or focus. Our new California Love website is in the beta testing phase. So, during the next few months, we're offering free listings to qualified people or business entities. It's a win-win situation. You help populate our site with quality, locally owned California companies, and we help direct customers to your business or product. Simply head over to CALUV.com. That's CA as in California, LUV as in a cute way to spell love.com, and enter the information for your business today. Why wouldn't you? It's easy and it's free. CALUV.com, the California Love Business Recommendation Tool.
Market Fresh, broadcasting live from the heart of downtown San Luis Obispo. Here's your host, Randall White.
And hello. Thank you for joining us today here on the Eat, Drink, Explore Radio Network. I am your host, Randall White, and it is time now for our popular health and fitness segment where we speak with experts on the topics of diet, nutrition, and the variety of other means you have at your disposal for keeping your mind and body in top shape. Today we're looking at a new report highlighting the most dangerous cuts of meat in the area, or in the arena, I should say, of food poisoning. less than a week ago, I was hospitalized for a bad case of what is assumed to be food poisoning. So I can personally tell you, if you're in good health and relatively young, contracting a foodborne illness can really knock you down. Joining us on the line right now to explain this recent Risky Meats report is Center for Science in the Public Interest Senior Food Safety Attorney Sarah Klein. Welcome to the program, Sarah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great to have you on here. The report crossed my news feed the other day, and I thought, we need to chat a little bit about this. What causes the majority of cases? Is it undercooking or cross-contamination, or some third choice?
Yeah, there's a combination of issues at play here. We've got dangerous pathogens like Salmonella and E. coli. These are usually contamination events during slaughter and processing. They're responsible together for about a third of all the illnesses. Then we've got another third of illnesses that are from Clostridium, which is something that occurs after cooking when food is held out for too long at kind of warm ambient temperatures where the bacteria luxuriate.
Right.
And then the other third is from unknown pathogens. We're not sure exactly what's causing it. But so we know that there are problems really far up the chain with slaughter and processing, and we know there are problems in the kitchen with holding food. So unfortunately, we've all got a role to play in making sure that food is safe.
That's right. Well, let's start at the top of this meat pyramid that you have a graphic that you've created for any of the people that are watching our video simulcast online right now at eatdrinkexplore.com. You can see this pyramid. At the top, you have the highest risk meats, and then at the bottom, the lowest risk. Let's start with those highest cuts.
Yeah, our highest risk products, and again, these are not just the foods that are most likely to make you sick. They're the foods that are most likely to make you very sick.
Oh.
So the meat and poultry products that are most likely to lead to hospitalization, not just a nasty case of diarrhea. So at the very top of the pyramid, those foods that are most likely to send you to the hospital from foodborne illness would be ground beef and chicken.
Okay, and the ground beef is because there's contamination on the outside that then gets worked into the meat?
Yes, all types of ground meat, no matter whether it's beef, pork, poultry, they're all higher risk than intact meat products. But ground beef, we've known for years it's risky. There have been improvements, but really just the way that it's made. You have one piece of contaminated meat that gets ground up with a bunch of others and spreads that contamination throughout. And so that's why ground beef is always so very risky.
So you were saying these highest risk meats will get you very, very ill. So your findings, you didn't just look at the number of outbreaks or cases, you looked at the severity as well.
Exactly. Each of these foods has a bunch of pathogens that are associated with it. So ground beef, for example, we frequently see E. coli, O157H7, or Salmonella. These are pathogens that kind of always show up in ground beef outbreaks. Each of those pathogens has what they call, CDC calls a hospitalization rate. What percent of people who get sick from that bacteria are likely to end up in the hospital? So we unpacked all that data, added it all up, and we were able to see how severe is an illness in ground beef likely to be, given that we know what pathogens are most likely to be there.
I just love how the Center for Science in the Public Interest, anytime I see there's a report by you guys, I check it out immediately. For years now, you have caught the media's attention with your reports on movie theater popcorn, Chinese food, whatever it may be. You take foods that people just maybe don't think twice about, and then show them, hey, you might want to think about this risk. With that in mind, why single out meats for this report? Aren't many foodborne illnesses transmitted via produce like leafy greens, the likely source of my recent bout? Also, dairy products?
You're absolutely right. We have spent the last several years with our attention focused on FDA-regulated products. So that is produce items, anything that's non-meat, including dairy and seafood. We did a report in 2009 that ranked the riskiest FDA-regulated products. Now that the Food Safety Modernization Act has passed and is kind of working its way through the regulatory process, we're turning a little bit to look at meat and poultry. We don't want to forget that there's kind of an even split. Half of Americans are getting sick from non-meat items, the other half from meat items. And so we need to keep toggling back and forth between these two groups of foods. The fact that we released a report about meat and poultry risk doesn't absolve the other foods that can make people sick, like leafy greens, cantaloupes, peanut butter. We'll get to them another day, as we have in the past. And as you mentioned, dairy. We are very concerned about the rise in popularity of raw milk products, that is, unpasteurized dairy products, and believe that they're extremely dangerous for consumers. So luckily we have enough talented people at CSPI that we're able to focus on all of these different things. Today, meat and poultry happen to be on the chopping block.
All right, great, Sarah. Let's move down the list now. You mentioned the highest risk cuts. Let's go into the high category now. I see a turkey there. What are the other cuts?
Yeah, so in our high risk category, we've got turkey, steak, and then other types of beef. That's beef that may be chipped beef or stew beef or beef jerky. It wasn't described adequately in the outbreak report. Steak is very interesting to most consumers. When they hear that steak is risky, it's a surprise. You'd think that bacteria would be on the surface of meat and it would get seared off during cooking.
Right.
That's what we like about steak. You can have it kind of medium rare while you cook your burgers, well done to be safe, but you've been enjoying your steak medium rare. Well, unfortunately, the beef industry is employing a widespread practice. It's called mechanical tenderization. They're piercing tough cuts of steak with tiny needles or blades. They're pushing any surface contamination to the inside, so that you've taken a piece of steak, but you've made it just as risky as a piece of as a glob of ground beef.
Right.
Unfortunately, there's no labeling of this anywhere. So consumers don't know that the steak that looks like an intact steak needs to be cooked as if it's a piece of ground beef. That's one of the things we're really pushing the industry and the agency to improve, because that's a real danger to consumers.
Wow, I had not thought about that. And people do it at home, too. People pierce it so that the marinade will get in there or whatever might be the case. Once you pierce it, it needs to be cooked all the way through. We don't have much time left. I just want to mention the low-risk category, which includes sausages, it looks like chicken nuggets and ham. While it might be the lowest risk category, it seems like it's by far the least healthy category.
Absolutely. Much to the chagrin of the nutritionists here at CSPI, we go where the science takes us, and separating acute illness, that's what we're looking at here, from long-term health risk, which is what nutrition is focused on.
Right.
We do find, unfortunately, that these highly processed meats tend to be the lowest risk in terms of bacterial contamination.
Makes sense.
Not to say that people should be replacing real food with these highly processed things, just to say... Yep.
I got to cut it off there, Sarah. I'm sorry, we're running out of time. Sarah Klein, Senior Food Safety Attorney with Center for Science in the Public Interest. Thanks so much for joining us today.
It was a pleasure.
It's Market Fresh on Crush 92.5 FM.
California business owners, entrepreneurs, farmers, authors, and other professionals, this message is for you. We're looking to highlight those of you who give back to the community, care about the environment, and have the health of our state as part of your business model or focus. Our new California Love website is in the beta testing phase. So, during the next few months, we're offering free listings to qualified people or business entities. It's a win-win situation. You help populate our site with quality, locally owned California companies, and we help direct customers to your business or product. Simply head over to CALUV.com. That's CA as in California, LUV as in a cute way to spell love.com, and enter the information for your business today. Why wouldn't you? It's easy and it's free. CALUV.com, the California Love Business Recommendation Tool.
Seems everybody's going organic, including lawn care. Did you know communities across the country are converting their lawns, playgrounds, and playing fields to an organic care program? And it's working. You can safely control weeds and pests and have a beautiful lawn. Your kids, pets, and water supplies will be safer, and your neighbors will be green with envy. Oh, and in the long run, organic lawn care is cheaper than doing it the conventional way. Switch to organic lawn care today. Visit pesticidefreelawns.org. The folks who brought you this public service message. Check out pesticidefreelawns.org today.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
Market Fresh, broadcasting live from the heart of downtown San Luis Obispo. Here's your host, Randall White.
And welcome back to the program, everyone. 5:33 now the time here on this Thursday evening. The San Luis Obispo downtown Higuera Street Market is really starting to come to shape. It is, people are building their little tents right now that those pop up in no time. And a lot of the barbecue grills are already fired up and people are cooking the meat enough so you don't have to worry about that last segment. Just make sure you get your meat well done, and or at least medium to medium well. And I think they're all over it here at the farmers market. We've never had any of those bad cases, so nothing to worry about. Welcome, everyone. This is Market Fresh, heard each and every week right here on Crush 92.5. I'm your host, Randall White, and I'm just going to take a random guess that if I looked in your car right now in the back seat, there'd be at least one, maybe 2, 3, 4 of those reusable grocery bags strewn about your car, maybe in the trunk. maybe on the front seat. How about your garage? Is there a drawer dedicated to these in your kitchen? At our house, they're pretty much in all of the locations I just mentioned. And then when we do get to the parking lot, it's like, okay, where are these bags? And you grab them and it's just a big mess. Well, there's a solution on the market now, and it's made locally, and it really almost couldn't be made more locally. We are welcoming the founders of what's known as Kaddysacks onto the show right now. Lori Capel and Jessica Porter join us right now. Great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Yes, and so, don't be afraid of the mics. Just go right into those things. And so I'm guessing that the idea behind this sprouted because of the mess created by the bags in your own car. So, Jessica, go ahead and take us through the idea, the light bulb moment.
Right. Well, so I was one of those people that never really...
Wait, 1 second, sorry. I think you have to put up Patty's mic, or no? Go ahead and talk again.
Hello?
Oh, you know what? We got to plug you in. Sorry about that. We're not used to using that mic on the Market Fresh show. Yeah, and so we had it all set up. There we go. Now we can hear you loud and clear.
Yay.
Here, I'm telling you to get closer to the mic. We didn't even have it set up correctly.
I think I'm going to eat it like a hamburger.
There you go. A well-done hamburger.
Well done.
All right, Jessica, so tell us about the moment when it all happened.
So I was one of those people that, I knew the reusable bag ordinance was coming into effect.
Right.
And I just kind of never dealt with it. Just figured, I'll figure that out when it comes. And so October came, and I was like, oh my goodness, okay, so now I have all these bags. I'm at the grocery store, and it's like clustering up my whole grocery cart. They are tucked under stuff. My purse was jammed up in there. And I just figured there's got to be a better way to go about this whole reusable bag thing.
Right.
And so I came home and I thought about it and kind of molded over in my mind. I'm like, okay, there's something out there that can be done. And luckily I have my good friend, Lori Capel, sitting here next to me, who also is my neighbor, and I gave her a call and I said, Lori, I have an idea. I don't know what it is. I don't know how we're going to put it together, but between you and I, we're going to figure something out on how to contain these reusable bags, and how to keep it organized, and so how to organize it so that they stay organized in your car.
Right.
And then once you get to the grocery store, you can hook them onto the end of your grocery cart, and they're out of your way, they're organized, and they can be bagged or grabbed out to bag really easily.
So did Lori grab a bottle of wine and run over so you guys could brainstorm?
Actually, that's exactly what happened.
Exactly what happened.
There was a huge bottle of Eberly wine involved.
Eberly,
Yes.
that's great. They're a sponsor. Okay, yeah.
And I just so happened to have a sewing machine and be somewhat dangerous with it. So we cut out a pattern, and the rest is sort of history. We played with a couple prototypes, which still work great today, and we had it down. So every time we would take our little prototypes, it started out as just a project, a little craft project, and we would head into the grocery stores, and immediately we would get stopped in the store. I mean, the attention we were getting was kind of funny. So, and we got encouragement from the baggers who actually said, this is fantastic. I wish everybody did this.
Really?
Yeah. Which was pretty neat.
That is cool. And so give us the general, for people that are listening on the radio, verbally, kind of explain how it's laid out.
Sure. So it's basically a 12 by 14 or so bag, and it has the difference between this and a regular bag. It's actually all handmade and hand stitched. We pick creative fabrics from local stores here, and they have some hooks that are very similarly resembling shower curtain hooks.
Oh yeah,
that you'd slide into the back where it can hook onto the neck rest of your car, and you can actually grab it by a easily attached strap and transfer it to the front of your grocery cart. So our little tagline is from car to cart.
And you can, so like on the passenger seat, you could have it hanging behind the seat.
Exactly.
Full of all your
Or
bags.
in the front. I have mine hanging on the passenger seat because I don't have a passenger very often. I have little kids and they're in the back.
Oh, right.
So I don't often have a passenger. So mine's hooked on the front of the passenger seat where I see it, it's in my vision, and I don't forget to grab it and take it to the store.
Because that's the thing all the time. You get in and you're like, I got to run back out,
Yeah.
The out of sight, out of mind thing is, I think, one of everybody's biggest struggles with the reusable bag ordinance, or at least in the ramping up stage since it's new, remembering them every time, because the baggers also said, we really appreciate this because people actually don't necessarily just say, okay, fine, I'll buy new bags. They say, hold on, I'm going to run out to my car, hold the line, and I'm going to go get all my bags from the trunk right now.
That's got to be fun if you're you're like, oh yeah, no, because we have nothing else to do, so go ahead and run out to your car. And so it's clear just looking at these that they're well made. We all know nowadays when you go to a bargain store or whatever and you grab this stuff and you can just, the minute you grab it or even looking at it, you can tell this is going to fall apart in no time. Yeah. So do you literally hand sew all of these?
Lori and I, we go out and buy all the fabrics, like she said, at the local fabric stores. And then we do with our pattern, we do all the cutting. And then there's a interfacing that we iron in to give it like a hardy, more sturdy frame. Yeah. So we do all that. And then there's a local gal in Atascadero because just by how many we're doing now, we could not keep up with all that sewing. Plus, on top of this, Lori and I are both moms and have careers. You know, we both have full-time jobs, so we needed some extra help. And so there's a gal in Atascadero that zips up the sewing part, which she does wonderful, and then she gives them back to us, and then we continue with the grommeting and the hooking and the strapping, the finished parts to it.
Well, you're both clearly very stylish and fashionable, and then you can tell by the prints and stuff that you've picked for the different bags. Is each one unique? Or do you have like a few different styles?
That's kind of our trouble is because we go to the fabric stores and we're like, oh, we like that. Oh, we like that. Oh, those are so cute. And then we get out to we're trying to actually hone it in where we have less choices and try to simplify so that if we take it to, a grocery store or something that we don't have we have 50 different options. Which one do you like? We're trying to kind of hone it in a little bit.
You're in the midst, if I understand this correctly, Lori, of putting a website together. Right now you have a vibrant Facebook page that people can go to, but your website, eventually will people be able to order through the website?
Yeah, that might be the best plan, but they are available already in local stores here on the Central Coast. So that's what we're getting most of it through word of mouth, via email, through our Facebook requests, and through local stores. We have them available at 6 stores to be exact.
Yeah,
we have
name those.
Eberly and Paso Robles. They have them in their tasting room.
Oh, yeah, we were just in the tasting room. I should have looked for them.
Yeah.
I couldn't see much by the time I was done there.
We also have them here in San Luis at Simply Mama. We have them at Among Friends in Cambria, Mollywogs in Templeton, and Admire and Caltans in Atascadero. So those are local places to pick them up. But of course, we take requests right through our Facebook page until our website's up and running. We think that's our best route.
And we have a big bonus for people who are listening right now. Just about everybody's on Facebook. It's so easy to click a like button. So if people go to your Facebook page right now, and it's a good I love these sort of local entrepreneurial spirit projects like you have going on. So if we can just get the first 10 people to go to the page and like it, because you knew where you were at when you walked in here. And so you'll just count 10 up from there and put those names in a bag and draw one, they get themselves a free Kaddysack bag.
Yeah, it's Kaddysack spelled with a K. So facebook.com/Kaddysack with a K, Kaddysacks. And then you can, put in a tag word such as Market Fresh.
Yeah, oh, there you go. Yeah, so they can say something on your wall and say Market Fresh, and then that'll enter them into the contest.
Perfect.
Good idea. I like that. Yeah,
that's why I have her.
You guys work so well together. That's fantastic. They always say never go into business with friends.
Oh, no. I never heard that. Uh-oh.
Well, it's working very well it's working for us so far. My good friend Anthony running the audio over here. It's not always a bad thing.
It's going really well. I don't think it could be any smoother.
Right.
I'm so happy to hear that. So when you first... I almost knocked over my tea there. When you first had them hanging over your cart and there was a lot of buzz and stuff, now do you find yourself in the store and you see somebody else with one of your Kaddysacks on the cart?
It's starting.
I was driving down the road and my daughters, of course, because Lori and I are doing this at home and thank you to our husbands and our families who put up with us.
Gromming in the middle of the night.
Yeah. My daughter, we were driving her to school one day and we passed a car and she's like, Mom, there goes a Kaddysack, because she saw it hanging in their front little passenger seat. So yeah, it's kind of fun to start to see them out and about because we are getting quite a few more out there now. So it's fun. It's exciting. It's like, oh, okay, yay.
That is really cool. It's sort of like when you buy a new car.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, all you see on the roadway are those cars. So now people, when they get the winner of the Kaddysack will now start to see these Kaddysacks everywhere. Hopefully, because I think it's a great idea. And your timing couldn't be better. They're debating in Sacramento right now to make it a statewide bag ban.
Yeah,
Correct.
I just saw that, and I was doing a little bit of research in preparation for coming on to talk about some of that. So that's pretty exciting.
So how about when L.A. and Santa Clara, some of the huge population centers, find out about this, and you've already got the ball rolling because you live in a county where that preceded the rest of the state.
Exactly.
And so you'll already have that online presence. So when people search, there you are. Let's hope.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope so.
You'll have to give us an update a year from now.
Yeah.
And let us know. So Jessica Porter and Lori Capel, founders of Kaddysacks, right there in North County. Best of luck to you. Don't forget to go to their Facebook page, facebook.com/Kaddysacks with a K. Oh, by the way, was it Caddyshack? Was that the inspiration?
Kind of.
Okay. We're out of time, but I was just curious about that. You're listening to Market Fresh. We're back with the Street Report in just a shake.
It's Market Fresh on Crush 92.5 FM.
Randall White here, host of Eat, Drink, Explore Radio, with a tip for Central Coast wine tasting. Eberly Winery was recently voted Winery of the Year by the world's top sommeliers and has one of the best local tours according to Wine Spectator. Eberly Winery open daily 10 to 6, and the winery's cave tours and wine tasting always complimentary. It's easy to find, too. Located on Highway 46 East, just 3.5 miles from Highway 101. Now it's time to plan your visit. Just head to eberlywinery.com.
Seems everybody's going organic, including lawn care. Did you know communities across the country are converting their lawns, playgrounds, and playing fields to an organic care program? And it's working. You can safely control weeds and pests and have a beautiful lawn. Your kids, pets, and water supplies will be safer, and your neighbors will be green with envy. Oh, and in the long run, organic lawn care is cheaper than doing it the conventional way. Switch to organic lawn care today. Visit pesticidefreelawns.org. The folks who brought you this public service message. Check out pesticidefreelawns.org today.
California business owners, entrepreneurs, farmers, authors, and other professionals, this message is for you. We're looking to highlight those of you who give back to the community, care about the environment, and have the health of our state as part of your business model or focus. Our new California Love website is in the beta testing phase. So, during the next few months, we're offering free listings to qualified people or business entities. It's a win-win situation. You help populate our site with quality, locally owned California companies, and we help direct customers to your business or product. Simply head over to CALUV.com. That's CA as in California, LUV as in a cute way to spell love.com, and enter the information for your business today. Why wouldn't you? It's easy and it's free. CALUV.com, the California Love Business Recommendation Tool.
Fresh, broadcasting live from the heart of downtown San Luis Obispo. Here's your host, Randall White.
5:49 now the time on this Thursday evening. You are listening to Market Fresh. Those Kaddysacks women are so much fun. They just really brightened up the studio here with their bags and their personalities. I really hope that their venture takes off. It's a great idea, considering so many of us now have a zillion of those reusable grocery bags laying all over the place. So really smart thinking on their part, and entrepreneurial spirit will keep it going, I'm sure. Okay, so it is our final segment, and this is when we take a look at the entertainment options, and we do a vendor spotlight as well. We call it our street report, and Jen Young is our reporter on the street, and she joins us right now from her perch high above the Court Street shops. Hey, Jen, what do we have on tap for today?
Hey, Randall. Well, of course, we have so much going on tonight. It's the second annual Health and Fitness Night at Farmers. So that's going to be super interesting. Now, for entertainment, we've got a lot going on. Academy of Dance is going to be here performing and showing off some of their skills. Now, they're the home of San Luis Jazz Dancers and the Civic Ballet of San Luis Obispo. Now, they're a leading dance company on the Central Coast, and they aim to teach confidence and assurance through dance. And they have education for all ages and skill levels. So I think it'd be amazing to go check them out and see what they're all about. On Broad Street, Drum Circuit is going to be out there performing, and they're a local drum shop. And they're going to be out playing music, probably being very loud and very entertaining. And you can also get some free lessons and play a little drums while you're watching them. Now, on Garden Street, something really cool is going on. Cal Poly is doing what's called Take Back the Night, and it's an event to raise awareness about sexual assault. And it's sponsored by Creaky Tiki. There's going to be slam poetry, music, raffles. There's going to be a keynote speaker, a candlelight visual, raffles, and tacos and drinks are going to be served. So definitely go check it out. It's going to be from 6 to 8 at Creaky Tiki, and that's going to be super fun. And it's a great cause to raise awareness for. Now on Choro Street, some of the health and fitness that I talked about earlier is going to be around there. There's going to be local businesses that promote health and fitness are going to be there with informational booths. You can talk to people, ask questions, interactive demos, all kinds of fun stuff for all ages. And the goal is to promote healthy living here on the Central Coast and in San Luis Obispo County. Now on Morrow Street, we've got a little bit softer sounds from Carmine. I hope I don't get this wrong. Terracciano. I hope I got that right, Carmine. But he's a singer-songwriter, and he's going to be out there with his guitar playing some songs. So grab some food and go check him out. Now, tonight for our featured vendor, this farm is awesome, and I definitely want to go check it out. It's called Mount Olive Organic Farm, and it's in Paso Robles, and they've been in business for 20 years. Now, I visited them at the Morro Bay Farmers Market a couple weeks ago. And they have an olive orchard, a fruit orchard, a strawberry field, a chicken range. They've got earthworm beds, a sprout house, a vegetable garden, livestock, bakery. I mean, you name it, they have it. So I talked to James Weston about their farm and their farming philosophy.
We want to grow our produce the way nature intended. In nature, there's no chemical fertilizer, no pesticide, no herbicide. No fungicide, so we don't add those, and we just do the way that nature was intended. Also, in nature, there's no tilling, so we don't till our land. So everything is how nature was, and we try to do it how it is going to be right now.
And I also checked out their website, and you can take free tours of the farm and get more information about them, and that's something I'm definitely putting on my bucket list. So that's all we have going tonight, Randall, but it sounds exciting, and it's going to be great, and the weather is gorgeous, so I can't wait to get down there.
Yeah, it's really beautiful out there, and I have been to the Mount Olive vendor tent at the Saturday Farmers Market many times. You're right. They have fantastic stuff and everything you can think of. Dried fruit, great produce, and on Saturday mornings we get a little shot of their wheatgrass juice, you know? Yeah, so I love the Mount Olive people. I'm glad you decided to feature them. And what a great night to come down here for all of the health activity.
Yes, definitely. That's definitely a good cause, and everybody should come down and learn more about it.
Sounds like a good idea. All right, Jen Young, as always, thank you for your insight into the workings of the Thursday Night Farmers Market.
Thanks, Randall.
Okay, let's get a check of the forecast now on this Thursday evening. As Jen said, it's beautiful out there. There's a light breeze. We're looking at a market start in 6 minutes and temperature right around 65 degrees, so mid-60s. You can't beat that. Dropping by 10 degrees at 9 o'clock down to 55 degrees. The skies outside right now, wait, I'm just going to do a quick turnaround, are as blue can get. So we're looking at clear skies. We put mostly clear in the forecast, though, because there is some coastal fog developing, and that is expected to move in overnight. So you'll wake up with those gray skies that we've had the last couple of mornings. But as far as the market's concerned, you should be perfectly fine. Winds 6 to 11 miles per hour is in the forecast, so just a light breeze. But of course, Higuera Street, very well protected there. Shouldn't be any problems at all. Hey, don't forget, this weekend is the Taste of Pismo and the Santa Maria Strawberry Festival. So we've got two big food-style events going on, each with their own sort of flair. Of course, the Strawberry Festival might be geared a little more toward children and families. The Taste of Pismo really highlighting some of the best culinary options there are here in the San Luis Obispo area, and specifically right along the coast there. We spoke with the Pismo Chamber of Commerce right off the top of the show about everything going on this weekend there in Pismo. Peter Candela joined us with those details. And then if you missed it, you can find it on our website. We spoke with the Center for Science in the Public Interest about a new report they have that breaks down the different types of meat cuts and how likely you are to get food poisoning from those. A very interesting report, and something that she pointed out about meat you order in restaurants that I didn't know, so you'll want to check that out. And then we met the Kaddysacks women, the women of Kaddysacks, who have designed this really interesting new way to store your reusable bags. Well, this is Market Fresh. Make it a great night, everyone. We'll catch you back next week. Again. You know what? I'm a whole minute off. Okay. I don't know what I'm thinking there. It says 57, and I read 56. So the Kaddysacks women, you can possibly win a Kaddysack from them if you go to their Facebook page. It is facebook.com//Kaddysack. That's with a K, Kaddysacks. And they're going to take the first 10 people that like their Facebook page this evening and draw a name. And their bags are real. They hand sew them themselves, and then another woman that's in a Atascadero puts the zippers on. Anyway, I am your host, saying for all of us here at Eat, Drink, Explore Radio, sink your teeth into something market fresh. We'll catch you back here next week. Ciao for now.
It's Market Fresh on Crush 92.5 FM.